Yeah. So till now we saw, of course, all sorts of chapters like the fun they had for the future, right? Truly beautiful mind for inspiration, on Kathmandu for nature, right? And the last chapter, if I were you, for drama as well. Okay, so these are the figures of speech as we repeat it daily. Okay, let me turn my laser on. Yeah. So figures of speech, when I talk about first, is we have simile, right? It is a direct comparison using like or as. The baby's skin is as soft as silk. Okay. Then what is the difference between metaphor and simile? Metaphor is indirect comparison. Means what? I'm not using the words called like or as. So books are the keys to wisdom. I am directly saying books are keys to wisdom. Yeah. So we have just started with the figures of speech, wherein we covered simile, which is the direct comparison using like or as, and we are doing with metaphor now. Okay, wherein books are keys to wisdom. I am not using like or as, I am directly saying books are the keys. Okay, next coming to personification, it is giving human qualities to non human things. Okay, for example, the leaves danced in the breeze, as we saw every day. Then we have alliteration. What do you mean by alliteration? Repetition of the same consonant sound in the beginning of nearby words. Very important to remember the difference between alliteration and consonants. Is in the beginning of the nearby words. Consonants is within or in the end of words. Okay, for example, alliteration is she sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, so S sound is getting repeated. Very important. We are focusing on the sound, not only the letter. Okay, then we have consonants. It is within or at the end of the sound. The lumpy, bumpy road. The sound of P is getting repeated, right? Then we have assonance, repetition of vowel sounds. You can remember like assonance starts with A is a vowel. So the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. So A sound is getting repeated. Then we have onomatopoeia. They are the words that imitate sounds, right? So the B actually it makes the sound of buzz. So the same is converted into an English word which is buzzed, right? So words which directly indicate the sound itself. The bee buzzed near my ear is an example of onomatopoeia. Coming to paradox. Paradox tells us about two opposite ideas. Okay, the sentence that seem to say two opposite things. Okay, and of course the sentence can still be true. For example, less is more. Then we have oxymoron, which means that two opposite words placed side by side or next to each other. For example, the movie was seriously funny, right? Serious and funny are opposite words. Coming to anaphora, anaphora is when we have repeating a word or a phrase at the start of successive lines. Okay, at the start of successive lines means what? First line is I have a dream, second line is also I have a dream. Okay, throughout the poem if the lines are repeating means first line is same and the last line is same, then it is a repetition. Okay, yeah. So talking about the mind map, I told you guys to get a mind map for today, right? So I'll just tell you how to make a mind map for the first chapter, that is the fun they had, right? This is an example mind map of this. Okay, so what we did first, initially we went through Margie and Tommy's discovery, right? What did they discover? They discovered a real book, okay, wherein they had pages and pictures were there. Okay, and you can also include all those important phrases like the pages or the words were still. When you move to the back page, the words were there itself and they did not move like that of a screen. Then Tommy's grandmother's story. Okay, not grandmother, it's Margie's grandfather's story, right? About school. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So it's Margie's grandfather's story. Yeah. So here, then what happened? Then they are describing the schools in the past. Okay, teacher was a human being, and there is a classroom setting. Means what? The students or the kids used to go to a particular common building. Okay, there was social interaction and they shared their experiences for homework. Okay, all those phases present in the textbook. Then describing about the mechanical teacher, how Margie described him, right? The automated lessons. And the most hated thing was for her the slot where she uploaded her homework, right? The test and grades, her in geography, right? Then the individualized learning, impersonal nature, right? Then we have the last part, which is contrasting the present and past. Okay, now they wrote about schools in the past, they wrote about the mechanical teacher. How do you compare them? We compare like technological advancement has happened, but there is loss of human connection. Questioning the efficiency of technology as well, we have that point, right, where the county inspector comes and he adjusts the computer on a mechanical teacher to a 10-year level, though Margie is 11 years old, right? So all those important phrases in this format, if you write, it is interesting for you to go through it the next time, and you don't need to again go through the textbook pages again and again. Okay, just take this. The best thing to learn a chapter is firstly read it. First time is the reading and understanding part, you have to go to the textbook itself. Second thing is, from the textbook important lines, make a mind map. Okay, and that mind map should include all the important words. Okay, it should not feel like, "Arey, I missed this word, I have to read the textbook." Means all your answers should be from this mind map. Whatever questions they ask, if they ask describe the mechanical teacher, you have the answer ready over here. They tell you describe the schools in the past, you have the answer ready. So that is the advantage of mind map. Whatever they ask, you are ready with a to the point answer. Okay, that mind map, what do? You stick on the walls in your room. Your study room is there, stick on the walls and have a glance every day. So इससे क्या होगा, within 5 minutes one chapter done through the mind map. Every day you're revising, means what? One day without seeing the mind map only, you will tell the whole chapter with the key points as well. So this is the way how you should learn, especially in 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th, these 4 years. Whatever chapters you have, learn them, make the mind map, stick on the wall. And ये learning वाला जो part है, okay, from the NCERT textbooks, it has to happen in May and at last June. Why? Because in the first 2 months, finish off your entire syllabus. The entire year, what you can do, you can practice extra questions, right? Because CBSE is all about applying. You have to apply the concept. They'll not ask you direct questions that what are the schools in the past. They'll ask you, if schools in the past are like this, what do you feel about them? They'll try to read your mind, okay, or give me a thought based on this. Write a short note on what do you feel about Margie and Tommy, like that. Okay, so CBSE is all about applying things. So when you are perfect with the NCRT, then you can really apply them in your daily life, right? So first 2 months mein you have to finish the syllabus. Then the entire year practice different kinds of questions. Okay, when you practice questions, then you get the ideas, then you get the way of thinking for them, right? So entire year you have to focus on questions and pehle 2 months syllabus. Yeah. So we also have a grammar topic today of subject verb concord, but we'll come to this after the chapter because it's very small. Yeah. So today we are starting with the textbook called Moments, and our first chapter is The Lost Child. Okay, so this story is, it actually represents about a lost child who gets lost in a mela or a fair with his parents. With his parents, he went and he demands whatever, in a mela, whatever feels attracting to a small child, whether it be ice cream or balloons, or he wanted to go to some type of amusement thing over there, right? Amusing thing to him. So different times he sees different things. He observes whatever is there around him, the nature. Okay, and finally he dares to ask his parents that he want to go to a ride over there, but when he turns back he sees that his parents are not there, means he has lost in the fair. But a kind man also helps him, he finds his parents. And yeah, but the final chapter ends with the man is still finding his parents. Okay, the author doesn't tell us that did he find his parents or not finally. Okay, so again on this question will be what? Do you think he found his parents? Okay, and first of all they'll ask you, they may, it may be a 5 marker or 6 marker as well. Okay, first describe the nature of the strange man. Okay, of course we'll tell he's a helpful man, he's helping a strange kid, right? So he's a helpful man. And do you find the man will be successful in finding his parents? If yes, then give me the reason. If no, give me the reason. Like that they'll ask you. Okay, so one more very important tip for 6 markers is what? Ki always start with the thought. Okay, so for example, if they ask you, okay, describe the strange man in 6 marker, then you will say that uh, helping is the greatest help. Sorry, helping is the equal to helping is next to godliness. You can make any thought of yours. Okay, whatever comes in your mind, like that thought also you can make. But start with a thought. Okay, when you start with a thought, this first line is only a thought, right? This makes the person who checks the question, okay, or the examiner, he feels that array, he has written a thought. Matlab, this answer is clear to him. Okay, first line itself is a thought, means the examiner will understand हाँ कि ये आंसर इसको क्लियर है, ये चैप्टर इसको क्लियर है. Okay, then you write about the author. Okay, so we have Mulk Raj Anand as the author here, right? So then you have 2 lines about the author. Mulk Raj Anand was an Indian English writer. How do you start like that? Means you start like this. First line is a thought. Okay, then this thought is beautifully represented in the chapter The Lost Child, written by Mulk Raj Anand, who is an English writer. Okay, who was an Indian English writer. He is recognized for portraying the lives of the poor classes in traditional Indian society. Must 2 lines enough. Then you start about the man, how he was. The strange man was very helpful, and the entire answer in points. That entire answer from where you will get from the mind map. ओके, सो पहले 2 मार्क तो हमको थॉट और चैप्टर का नाम लिखने से आराम से मिल जाएंगे. ओके, और सम स्ट्रिक्ट टीचर्स ओनली गिव 1 mark फॉर दैट, हाफ फॉर द थॉट, हाफ फॉर द chapter name as well as author ka naam. But the other 5 marks are in your mind map itself. Okay, so starting with the chapter, a child goes to a fair with his parents. He is happy and excited and wants the sweets and toys displayed there. Okay, so when you go to a fair, of course, you want the sweets and toys displayed there, right? But his parents don't buy them for him. Of course, you can't buy everything and anything the child demands, right? So you have to teach him the limit as well. Why then does he refuse when someone else offers them to him? Okay, so what is this? The last question, what does it mean? We understand in the chapter. It was the festival of spring. MCQ question, what festival was it? From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. Okay, so from the wintry shades, okay, okay, around winter. So around the wintry shades of the narrow lanes, the narrow lanes or gully in Hindi we say, right? There emerged a gaily clad humanity. Means what? Number of people filled over there. बहुत गर्दी है वहाँ पे. Okay, some walked, some rode on horses, others sat, being carried in a bamboo and bullock cart. Okay, so some were walking, some were riding horses, okay, and others were sitting, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. Okay, roaming here and there happily with life and laughter. Okay, so come, child, come, call his parents, as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call. So, as you can see here, his feet actually means him as a boy, right? So, here we can say the figure of speech called what? Yesterday we discussed this figure of speech where a small things represent the entire thing, right? We said the hands work as the same, right? So hands are actually referred to the whole human body in no manner founded. So there we said a figure of speech. What figure of speech is this here? Can anybody tell me? Yeah, try. We did it yesterday. Okay, so the figure of speech is synecdoche, right? I'll just write the spelling. Yeah, synecdoche was the figure of speech which tells us yesterday it was like our hands were the same as them. So it is not only the hands, the whole human. A small part is referring to the entire whole part, right? A small thing is given which refers to whole part. So here also his feet. Feet is a synecdoche to his entire body, the child, right? His feet, the child is obedient to the parents' call. Whenever they are calling, yes, he is going to them. His eyes still lingering on the receding toys means his eyes still stuck on the receding, going back toys, right? As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him. Okay, as he came, the child came where the parents were waiting for him. He could not suppress the desire of his heart. Okay, he could not press the desire of his heart inside itself, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. Okay, so as you can see the description of the stare, how they are looking at him, old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. I want that toy, he pleaded. His father looked at him red eyed in his familiar Tarrant way. Tarrant means a kind of ruling way. Okay, so his mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender. Okay, his mother was soft and giving him her finger to hold. She said, "Look, child, what is before you?" Okay, so she diverted his mind. Instead of saying directly no, she diverted his mind. It was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold, as it swept across miles and miles of even land. So this paragraph is a super important thing for the description of the mustard field. So if you make a mind map, so mustard field, uske aage the first point flowering mustard field. Second point looked like it was pale like melting gold. Okay, swept across miles and miles of even land. Third point, a group of dragonflies were bustling around on their gaudy purple wings. As you can see, they had purple wings. What? The dragonflies. Intercepting the flight of a lone black bee means coming in between the flight of a lone black bee. A lone black bee. Okay? Or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. So as you can see, what are the animals there? Dragonflies, black bee, or butterfly. Okay, which was in search of the sweetness from the flowers. The child followed them in the air with his gaze. So the child is so innocent, he quickly saw these things and followed them. So he forgot about the toy. Till one of them would still its wings and rest. Okay, so he ran before them till what time? Till one of them would stop flying and try to rest on some of the flower. He would try to catch it, but it would go fluttering, flapping up into the air when he had almost caught it in his hands. Then his mother gave a cautionary call. Cautionary means warning him. Come, child, come. Come on to the footpath. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while. Being okay. So for some time he walked. For some of the time, okay, till he finds some new fascinating thing, he was walking in front of them itself. However, soon left behind again, attracted by little insects and worms along the footpath. So now this tells you about the footpath. Okay, this is the footpath paragraph. This is the mustard field wala paragraph. Okay, yeah. So mustard field stops right here. Yeah. So now, yeah. So soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places. Teeming out means coming out, seeing outside. Okay, from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. Come, child, come, his parents called from the shade of a grove where they had seated. Okay, now their parents have seated where in the shade of a grove. Okay, seated themselves on the edge of a well. He ran towards them. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove. And forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hand. As you can see, raining petals, right? It seems like the petals are raining. But lo, he heard the cooing of doves. Again, one more attraction. So he forgot the raining petals, he went to the doves now. He heard the cooing of doves and ran towards his parents, shouting, "The dove, the dove." The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. Now, come on, one more figure of speech called forgotten hands. Who will tell me what is this figure of speech that we learned yesterday again? I'll give you a hint, okay? Forgotten hands is the word I'm asking for. Okay. So forgotten is an adjective here. So this was the biggest hint I gave. Now I want the figure of speech.
Transferred epithet.
Yeah. So epithet, yeah, very good. Epithet means adjective, right? So that was the biggest hint I gave. Adjective, epithet. Okay. So his forgotten hands. His hands have not forgotten the petals. He has forgotten it. Right? So this adjective is made for the child, not for the hands. So this is transferred epithet. Okay, come, child, come. They called to the child, who had now gone running in the wild capers round the banyan tree. So, super important. They will ask in what sequence and what things attracted the child. So, in this sequence, you need to write down, or sequence comes समझ आएगा when you make the mind map. Okay, so firstly he was attracted by a toy, then in the mustard field. Okay, mustard field may be kya, the bees, dragonflies, for butterflies, right? Then we have in the footpath, he was firstly attracted to what, the, see here, worms are there, insects and worms. Okay, then towards the groove he was attracted to the raining petals. Raining petals ke baad he has the doves. Okay, and then doves ke baad he has the wild capers round the banyan tree. The banyan tree ke upar se latke rehte hain, the some of the branches, right? So the wild capers round the banyan tree, and gathering him, they took the narrow winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard fields. तो अभी फेयर का रास्ता क्या था? थ्रू द मस्टर्ड फील्ड्स एक फुटपाथ निकलता था, जो narrow tha and winding tha. Okay, kind of moving round and round. Okay, the winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard fields. So as they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths full of throngs covering to the whirlpool of the fair. So here covering to the whirlpool of the fair means यहाँ पे इतने सारे लोग भरे हुए थे, it was like a whirlpool for him. Okay, the whole footpath was covered with people. Okay, and he felt once repelled and fascinated. Okay, repelled, pushed by the people, fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. Now comes the fair. He has entered the fair now, and in the fair he sees many interesting things. So the first thing he says, he saw a sweet meat seller. Okay, sweet meat seller, he cried or he hawked. Hawk means बेचने के लिए बुलाना, जोर जोर से बुलाना कि उसको कुछ बेचना है. ओके, हॉक. गुलाब जामुन, रसगुल्ला, बर्फी, जलेबी at the corner of the entrance. Okay, entrance के corner में he was standing, and a crowd pressed round his corner at the foot of the architecture of many colored sweets. Means what? See, architecture of many colored sweets. See the words he has used, the author, right? So beautifully he has described it. He's saying that a crowd pressed round his counter. उसके काउंटर के आजू बाजू पूरा एक क्राउड था. Where at the foot of an architecture, मतलब एक इतना बड़ा स्ट्रक्चर या इतना बड़ा शॉप of many colored sweets. Okay, decorated with the leaves of silver and gold. The child stared open eyed and his mouth watered for the barfi. That was his favorite sweet. Okay, so we get a point here about the child. Barfi is his favorite sweet. I want that barfi. He slowly murmured. Okay, so he said slowly. Okay, उसके इतनी हिम्मत नहीं हुई कि वो जोर से बोल पाए. But he half knew. as he begged that his plea would not be heeded. Heeded मतलब agreed, या दिया नहीं जाएगा. ओके, तो उसका रिक्वेस्ट वापस एग्री नहीं किया जाएगा बिकॉज हिज पेरेंट्स वुड से दैट ही वाज ग्रीडी. तो यहाँ पे वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज व्हाट, हर एक थिंग के लिए देयर इज अ रीजन फॉर इट. मतलब ही वांटेड टू आस्क फॉर दैट बर्फी, बट उसको लगता है कि मेरे पेरेंट्स नहीं दिलाएंगे बिकॉज दे विल थिंक दैट आई एम ग्रीडी. तो देर इज अ डिमांड और उसके सामने रीजन भी है. ओके, यू शुड रिमेंबर दैट. सो स्वीट के लिए डिमांड था कि ही वाज ग्रीडी, स्वीट वाज द डिमांड. रीजन उसको मिला कि वो लोग सोचेंगे आई एम ग्रीडी. तो अगेन एवरीथिंग इज अ रीजन लाइक दैट. फ्लावर के केस में क्या हुआ, अ फ्लावर सेलर हॉक्ड अ गार्लैंड ऑफ गुलमोहर. गुलमोहर एक फ्लावर है, राइट. अ गार्लैंड ऑफ गुलमोहर, ऐसे चिल्लाया उन्होंने. द चाइल्ड सीम्ड इररेजिस्टिबली ड्रॉन. अभी अब खुद को रोक नहीं पा रहा था. ही वेंट टुवर्ड्स द बास्केट वेयर द फ्लावर्स ले हीप्ड. हीप्ड एक के ऊपर एक रखा हुआ. एंड हाफ मर्मर्ड, वापस हाफ मर्मर्ड छोटे आवाज में बोला, आई वॉन्ट दैट गार्लैंड. बट अगेन सी डिमांड इज कि उसको गार्लैंड चाहिए. But he knew that his parents would refuse to buy those flowers because they would say that they were cheap. तो क्या था यहाँ पे, डिमांड वॉज गार्लैंड का हार. ओके, गुलमोहर का हार, दैट इज गुलमोहर का गार्लैंड. पर द रीजन वॉज दिस पेरेंट्स वुड से दैट दे वर चीप, वो गार्लैंड बहुत चीप है. सो विदाउट वेटिंग फॉर एन आंसर ही मूव्ड ऑन. ठीक है, उसने थोड़ा बोलने की हिम्मत किया बट ऑफ कोर्स ही न्यू नथिंग वुड हैपन. सो विदाउट वेटिंग फॉर एन आंसर ही मूव्ड ऑन. अभी थर्ड आता है क्या, अ मैन स्टूड होल्डिंग अ पोल विथ येलो रेड ग्रीन एंड पर्पल बलून्स फ्लाइंग फ्रॉम इट. ऑफ कोर्स फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स या फिर एमसीक्यू. एमसीक्यू में क्या आएगा, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कलर वाज नॉट वन ऑफ द कलर्स ऑफ द बलून. वो लोग बीच में पिंक देंगे. तो ऑफ कोर्स पिंक इज नॉट राइट, येलो रेड ग्रीन एंड पर्पल है. द चाइल्ड was simply carried away by the rainbow glow of their silken colors. As you can see, the rainbow glory of the silken colors. यहाँ पे कितने मेटाफोर्स यूज्ड है. ठीक है, रेनबो मतलब कलरफुल ग्लोरी, राइट, ऑफ देयर सिल्कन कलर्स, सिल्क की तरह सॉफ्ट एंड शाइनिंग कलर्स, मेटाफोर. एंड ही वाज फिल्ड विद एन ओवरवेलमिंग डिजायर टू possess them all. उसको वो सारे चाहिए थे. But he well knew his parents would never buy him the balloons because they would say he was too old to play with such toys. वापस थर्ड पॉइंट इज व्हाट, डिमांड इज बलून्स, वो भी सारे कलर के सारे बलून्स. बट उसको पता है व्हाट इज द रीजन, दैट हिज पेरेंट्स वुड से तू बहुत बड़ा हो गया है अभी ऐसे टॉयज के साथ खेलने के लिए, राइट. ही वॉज टू ओल्ड टू प्ले विथ सच टॉयज. सो ही वॉकड ऑन फार्दर. ओके, अगेन आगे चला गया. Up the fourth point is about a snake charmer, okay, who stood playing a flute to a snake, which coiled itself in a basket. Okay, एक बास्केट में अपने आप को उसको कॉइल, अपने आप को कॉइल करके रखता है एक स्नेक ने. तो वो एक स्नेक चार्मर एक धुन बजा रहा था जिसपे वो स्नेक नाच रहा था. इट्स हेड रेज्ड इन अ ग्रेसफुल बेंड. ठीक है, कैसा बेंड है, ग्रेसफुल बेंड है. ओके, लाइक सॉफ्ट एलिगेंट बेंड है, लाइक द नेक ऑफ अ स्वान. ओके, एक स्वान या फिर स्वान, एनी प्रोनाउंसिएशन इज द सेम. ठीक है, तो एक स्वान जो है वो अपना एलिगेंटली कितना अपना हेड बेंड करता है, वैसे एलिगेंटली उस स्नेक ने अपना हेड बेंड किया था. while the music stole into its invisible ears. Of course उसके ears invisible है, right, you can't see the ears of a snake. Like the gentle rippling of an invisible waterfall. Directly like word use किया है, which figure of speech. Yeah,
Simile.
yeah, simile. क्योंकि of course like use किया है, we directly understand it simile. Okay, so the child went towards the snake charmer, but knowing his parents had forbidden him to hear such coarse music as the snake charmer played, he proceeded further. Of course, the fourth thing is उसको snake charmer का music सुनना था. बट पेरेंट्स ने क्या बोला कि ऐसा कोर्स म्यूजिक ऐसे सब नहीं सुनते, आगे चलो. तो ऑफ कोर्स ही प्रोसीडेड फर्दर. He was there was a roundabout in full swing. Men, women, and children carried away in a whirling motion, shrieked and cried with dizzy laughter. ठीक है, अभी एक राउंड अबाउट था वहां पे. The child wanted them intently, watched them intently. The child एकदम इच्छा से उनको देख रहा था कि कितने अच्छे से खेल रहे हैं. एंड देन ही मेड अ बोल्ड रिक्वेस्ट. अब उसने डिसाइड किया कि हाँ अब तो पूछ ही लेना है कि आई वॉन्ट टू गो टू द राउंड अबाउट प्लीज. तो उसने वहां पे भी प्लीज के साथ ही पूछा, रिक्वेस्ट किया, फादर मदर. नाउ कम्स द ट्विस्ट. देयर वॉज नो रिप्लाई. He turned to look at his parents. They were not there ahead of him. He turned to look on either side. They were not there. He looked behind. There was no sign of them. A full deep cry rose within his dry throat. तो उसका throat हाँ उसका भी adjective दिया है, dry throat. एक deep cry निकला उसके dry throat से with a sudden jerk of his body. Okay, sudden shock लगा उसको कि where are his parents? He ran from here and there. Okay, from where he stood, crying in real fear. Mother, father, tears rolled down from his eyes, hot and fierce. His flushed face was convulsed with fear. His flushed face was filled with fear. Panic stricken, मतलब panic से भरा हुआ, he ran to one side first, then to other. हितर तितर मतलब यहाँ वहाँ. In all directions, knowing not where to go. तो यहाँ पे knowing not knowing आना चाहिए था, knowing not आया है. Inversion, figure of speech. Okay, he was not knowing where to go के बदले knowing not where to go. Inversion. Okay, so mother, father, he wailed जोर से रोना. His yellow turban came untied and his clothes became muddy. अभी उधर इधर घूमा उसने, right? उधर इधर भाग रहा है, right? So having run to and fro, हितर हितर, इधर उधर, सब same words. In a rage of running for a while. Okay, having run to and fro in a rage of running, इतनी energy के साथ, इतने tension के साथ वो उधर इधर भागा. He stood defeated. His cries suppressed into sobs. मतलब अब तक जोर से रो रहा था, of course उतना देर रोया, रोने की शक्ति भी चली गई है. Now they are just sobs मतलब चुप चुप के रोना. Okay, चुप होते होते धीरे आवाज में रोना. At little distances on the green grass he could see through his filmy eyes. Why filmy eyes? क्योंकि इसमें पानी भरा हुआ है, right? Men and women talking. He tried to look intently among the patches of bright yellow clothes, but there was no sign of his father and mother among these people. उधर इधर उसने देखने का ट्राई किया. Who seemed to laugh and talk just for the sake of laughing and talking. मतलब कोई रीजन नहीं था पर्टिकुलर, बस ऐसे ही हंसने के लिए बात कर रहे थे, हंसने के लिए बातें करने के लिए. Then he ran quickly again, this time to a shrine, to which the people seemed to be crowding. Okay, there was some religious place, वहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग crowd हो रहे थे. Every little inch of space there was congested with men. Okay, every little inch जो भी है वो भी लोगों से भरा हुआ था. But he ran through the people's legs, his little sob lingering. Mother, father. ठीक है, उसका चुप चुप के रोना प्लस बोलना कि मदर फादर. Near the entrance to the temple, however, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other, एक दूसरे को पुश करने लगे. Heavy men with flashing murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. Of course, उतने छोटे बच्चे के लिए वो लोग इतना एक दूसरे को इतना पुश कर रहे थे तो वो डर गया, right? So the poor child struggled to thrust away between their feet. ठीक है, उनके पैरों के बीच से निकलने के लिए स्ट्रगल किया उसने. But knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. Knock मतलब एक से दूसरी जगह उसको जोर से पुश करने लग गए, right? So being pushed to and fro by their brutal movements, by their hard movements, he might have been tramped underfoot. वो किसी के पैरों तले जब दब जाता. Had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, तब उसने अपना highest pitch of his voice में चिल्लाया father mother. A man in the surging crowd heard his cry and stooping with great difficulty lifted him up in his arms. मतलब बहुत ग्रेट डिफिकल्टी के साथ उसको ढूंढ के नीचे झुक के उसको अपने हाथ में उठा लिया. How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you? The man asked as he steered clear of the mass. मतलब steered clear of the mass means जैसे वो इतना गैदरिंग से बहुत लोग थे तो लोग से जब दूर आया वो. Okay, when he steered clear of the mass, steered जाना, when he went clear of the mass. Okay, the child wept more bitterly than ever now. और ज्यादा रोने लग गया एंड ओनली क्राइड, आई वॉन्ट माई मदर, आई वॉन्ट माई फादर। अब आता है एक वेरी बिग ट्विस्ट सी। जो जो वो बच्चा मांग रहा था, द मैन ट्राइज टू गिव हिम एवरीथिंग। द मैन ट्राइड टू सूदे हिम, सूदे मतलब काम डाउन, हिम बाय टेकिंग हिम टू द राउंड अबाउट। उसने बोला राउंड अबाउट पर जाना है। उसने पूछा, बच्चे ने भी यही पूछा था उसने मम्मी पापा को, राइट। सो द मैन इज ट्राइंग टू डाइवर्ट हिज माइंड, उसको पहले शांत करना चाहता है वो, फिर उसको पूछेगा कि तेरे मम्मी पापा कहाँ हैं, राइट, तू कहाँ रहता है। सो फर्स्ट ही वांट्स टू काम हिम डाउन। तो पूछा कि राउंड अबाउट पर जाना है। फिर से, विल यू हैव अ राइड ऑन द हॉर्स, ही जेंटली आस्क्ड एज ही अप्रोच द रिंग। ठीक है। तो द चाइल्ड्स थ्रोट टोर इनटू अ थाउजेंड श्रिल sobs and he only shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. मतलब अभी वापस उल्टा हो रहा है, देखो। उसने लास्ट में क्या पूछा था पेरेंट्स को, राउंड अबाउट। तो स्ट्रेंज मैन ने राउंड अबाउट पूछा, उसने रिप्लाई नहीं दिया, रोते रोते रहा वो। देन स्ट्रेंज मैन ने पूछा, स्वेइंग कोबरा देखना है, लिसन टू द नाइस म्यूजिक चाइल्ड, ही प्लीडेड। बट द चाइल्ड shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double pitched strain, I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him near the balloons. Ulta sequence, as you can see. अभी balloon दिला रहा है man, thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. Would you like a rainbow colored balloon? उसने पूछा। He persuasively asked, मतलब उसका माइंड डाइवर्ट करने के लिए उसने पूछा ये। The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons. दूसरी तरफ देखने लग गया वो, balloons को देखा भी नहीं। And just sobbed, just cried, I want my mother, I want my father. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate. Bore him यहाँ पे मतलब उठा के लेके जाना। Okay, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. उसने पहले गार्लैंड भी मांगा था, राइट। सो यहाँ पे स्ट्रेंज मैन भी पूछ रहा है, लुक, कैन यू स्मेल दोज नाइस फ्लावर्स चाइल्ड, वुड यू लाइक टू हैव अ गार्लैंड पुट अराउंड योर नेक। Again the child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated, फिर से बोला, his sob, reiterated his sob. I want my mother, I want my father. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets. मतलब thinking to calm him down. Okay, thinking to humor his disconsolate charge. मतलब अभी वो इतना दुखी है तो उसको थोड़ा ह्यूमर में लाते हैं, थोड़ा उसको नॉर्मल मूड में लाते हैं। उसने स्ट्रेंज मैन ने सोचा चलो इसको एक गिफ्ट देते हैं ऑफ स्वीट्स। The man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. What sweets would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only cried, only sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. So as you can see कि हमने पहले क्या पढ़ा था, किस सीक्वेंस में पढ़ा था कि पहले उसको स्वीट चाहिए था, राइट, फिर उसको फ्लावर चाहिए था, राइट, फिर उसके बाद उसको स्नेक चार्मर का म्यूजिक सुनना था, फिर राउंड अबाउट में बैठना था, राइट, नहीं पहले बलून, उसके बाद स्नेक चार्मर, उसके बाद राउंड अबाउट, राइट। तो उसके ही उल्टा सीक्वेंस में द स्ट्रेंजर इज आस्किंग एवरीथिंग कि तुम्हें ये चाहिए क्या, यू वांट दिस, यू वांट दिस, बट द चाइल्ड इज ओनली क्राइंग, आई वांट माय फादर, आई वांट माय मदर, right. So this chapter is written by Mulkraj Anand, who was an Indian English writer. He is recognized for portraying the lives of poor. Okay, वो especially recognize किए जाते हैं कि वो दिखाते हैं lives of poor classes in the traditional Indian society. Okay, so with this we are done with this chapter, and we'll have a 5 minutes break till 11:10. I'm giving you a break. Okay, उसके बाद we'll go through the mind map of this chapter and the next chapter उसके बाद.
Actually, I had a doubt.
Yeah,
In the chapter,
yeah.
No Ban Art Foreign, I have a doubt in that chapter.
Okay, you have a doubt on that poem. Okay, we'll come to it. So this is the mind map for the chapter The Lost Child, as you can see. So the child's journey to the fair. So till the fair, what and all he saw. Okay, so इसमें it is not written so much, but while you are making a mind map, you have to write everything. Like till वो fair touch होने तक उसने क्या क्या देखा. He saw the mustard field. Mustard field में क्या था? Bees and all, right? So what you can do is format में, if you write mustard field in this white box over here, I'll just take the pointer. या सो अगर यहाँ पे हमने मस्टर्ड फील्ड लिखा, तो मस्टर्ड फील्ड के अंदर हमने क्या देखा, हमने देखा ड्रैगन फ्लाइज। ड्रैगन फ्लाइज कैसे थे, विद द पर्पल विंग्स, राइट। फिर उसके बाद क्या देखा हमने, एक बग, राइट, बटरफ्लाई था, एंड with that one more insect was there, group of dragonflies, या ब्लैक बी, फिर उसके बाद बटरफ्लाई, राइट। सो ये तीन ऑब्जेक्ट उसने देखे। ओके। फिर उसके बाद क्या हुआ, उसने देखा उसके बाद द फुटपाथ, राइट। फुटपाथ पे उसने क्या क्या इंटरेक्शंस देखा। फुटपाथ पे पहली बात उसके पेरेंट्स कहाँ बैठे थे, वेल के एज पे बैठे थे, राइट। सो यू हैव टू मेक अ माइंड मैप लाइक दैट. So today's homework is make a mind map for this, the lost child. Okay, the mind map shown on the screen is incomplete. So writing that itself will not work. Okay. So मैंने इसको जानबूझ के incomplete रखा है because I wanted to give this chapter का as a homework because this chapter has a lot many things. Okay. With आपको sequence अगर याद रखना है तो आप अपने हाथ से mind map बना के जब दीवार पे चिपकाएंगे तभी ही आपको याद रहेगा. Okay. So we are done with this chapter with the mind map as well. Mind map discussion, final mind map कल आएगा, right?